What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are ya? Now today is September the 30th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below, and finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from. But we're going to start off here in Washington, D.C., and then we will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor of the video is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Here we go.
Pleasure to see you.
And starting off at the top, we have the Strategic Alignment. This is the named China Light backpack with Perfect Shock and Awe. And this one with Crit Chance and Skill Haste. Now, it's not the best. I would typically go for like skill damage and status effects, but skill haste is another good option, I guess. Remember, when you run two pieces of China Light, you would also get the skill haste there as well. So you could easily just change the crit chance off for skill damage and be good to go. But for me personally, just go status and skill damage all day. Moving on to the weapons, we have an enhanced AUG. This is the SMG with health damage and ignited, followed by a FAMAS with swap speed and soft spot, and a Diceros with swap speed and ranger. This AR with soft spot, pick it up, and then that way you can donate it later to the recalibration library. In fact, I think I need one. Oh no, I need it for marksman rifles. Okay. Now going back to the gear items, we have a Wyvern backpack with skill damage, crit damage, and leadership, and finally a Providence chest piece with skill damage and repair skills. This one with Vanguard. Going to the mods, we have Headshot 7.0, Drone Scan Range 8.0, Turret Health 7.4, and Sticky Bomb Duration of 6.4. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the Base of Ops vendor. Maybe the China Light backpack. If you want to go skill damage, skill haste, you could. But really, that's about it. All right. Now, let's jump over to the Countdown and Clan vendors. Remember, if you have the Haven Settlement unlocked, you can go over there and check them out as well. But here we are, Base of Ops and Countdown vendor. The three named items this week from your Countdown vendor, we have the Stage Left, which is the named rifle with Perfect Sledgehammer, and this one with max crit chance, but I would change that to damage to targets out of cover, and you would be good to go. This is a great substitute if you don't want to use the Lefty. Remember that the Lefty is the named ACS 12 that gives you Perfect Sledgehammer. This is the rifle version. So a lot of people like to switch to this one if they don't want to use that ACS 12. Following that, we have the Backbone. This is the named Lingmo with Perfectly Unstoppable Force. And this one with Hazard and Armor Regeneration. That wouldn't be bad for like a all blue, like tank LMG build. Maybe like using that with the, Pestilence or something like that. Could be a lot of fun. And finally, for the named items at the Countdown vendor, we have the new Reliable. This is the named RPK with Perfectly Optimized. And this one with max armor damage. I mean, that's pretty much perfect. All you would have to do is recalibrate that LMG damage to max and then optimize the damage to targets out of cover. All three of those named items are okay. I wouldn't really recommend any of them as like a must-buy, but they are pretty cool to see at the Countdown vendor. Now, before we get to the Clan vendor, big shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. We are on all platforms, and if you are interested in joining us, just go to my Discord server. I have different links to all the different platforms, whether you're on PlayStation, PC, or Xbox, and then you could just put your name down, and whenever we get openings in the clan, I'll send out a message and get you right in. Now, speaking of clans, here is your clan vendor.
Good to see you.
And starting off at the top, we have the Everyday Carrier. This is the named Bellstone Armory chest piece, and this one with Perfectly Efficient. But the attributes are really bad. We have health and skill damage. I wouldn't recommend this at all. Moving on to the gear set items, we have a Eclipse backpack with skill haste. Just change that to status and you're good to go. For the mask, we have refactor, and this one with crit damage. It's all right. It's not the best. And then finally, for the gear set items, a tipping scale chest piece, which is really good. Check this one out with crit damage. You could change it to an armor core, or you could just max it out completely. Going down to the high-end weapons, we have a SOCOM Mark 16 with crit chance and ranger, followed by an AUG with armor damage and vindictive, a G28 with stability and reformation, and finally a Diceros with damage to targets out of cover and streamline. Going to the gear items, we have a Petrov pair of knee pads with headshot and crit damage. That's actually really good. Yeah, you could put that with like a crit build with like the Iron Lung, something like that. Could be a lot of fun. Or maybe even like a Tinkerer LMG build. That could be cool. Moving on, we have a Murakami pair of gloves with skill haste and headshot. And finally, Eminence Armaments knee pads with double crit. Nice. Pick this one up. You could change the weapon damage to an armor core. You're good to go. And finishing up with the mods, we have a skill duration 8.9, crit damage 10.7, pulse radius 9.1, and drone deflect duration 6.7. Now, must buys, things to look for from the clan vendor. The tipping scales is pretty good, actually. I would recommend the tipping scales, the Petrov, and the Eminence armaments. All right. Not bad. 3 of them I would recommend, so that's better than nothing, I guess, you know. But all right, we're going to move our way to the west. We will double back east. Our first stop is going to be the campus settlement. And if you haven't already hit that thumbs up yet, what are you waiting on? Hit the like. Support the channel by subscribing. Remember, I post daily Division content, so make sure you ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division upload. And if you're watching this live on Twitch, what up, Twitch? Don't forget to hit that follow. It's free. But all right, here we are. Campus settlement. Big money, no whammies. And starting with the new reliable, this is the named RPK with perfectly optimized. And this one with optimal range, but I would recommend just changing that to armor damage, and you're good to go. It's the exact same one that we just saw at the countdown vendor. Following that, we have a Model 700, this one with crit damage and vindictive. And finally, for the weapons, a Black Market M60 with rate of fire and vindictive as well. Not bad. Looking at the gear items, we have an electric mask with skill haste and headshot. And finally, a Walker Harris holster. This one, crit chance and skill damage, but you could easily just change that to double crit and be good to go. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 16.5, Chem Launcher Burn Strength 6.4, Hive Health 7.7, Pulse Skill Haste 5.0, and Trap Shock Radius of 5.8. Now, must buys, things to look for from the campus settlement. Not really. I mean, the Walker Harris is okay. Make that one double crit. But really, that's about it. Now it's time for the Dark Zone vendors. Starting with Dark Zone West. West! Let's go. Hopefully we get some, some nice little drops. And as a reminder, all of these Dark Zone vendors will only take DZ resources. Why is my character slowly backing up? I think my controller's broken. Anyways, all of these DZ vendors only take DZ resources as currency. So make sure you go to your resources tab, and just above your keys, you will see your Dark Zone resources. For example, here I'm at 197 out of 999. And that means if I need any more Dark Zone resources, I have to go into the Dark Zone and either pick up the little blue boxes, or I have to get contaminated items, deconstruct them into Dark Zone resources, and then extract them to get them into my inventory. But that's the only currency that these Dark Zone vendors take. And with that being said, here is Dark Zone West. West! Let's go. Starting with the Death Grips. These are PvP exclusive named items. So the Death Grips are the named 511 gloves. This one with armor on kill as an attribute and skill damage. What I would do is just change the skill damage off for, like, say, armor regeneration, and you're good to go. The armor on kill is a lot of fun. You could use this with the gunner specialization. You could use this with Hunter's Fury. There's a lot of different things you could put together for that armor on kill. Going to the weapons, we have a M870, this one with swap speed and reformation. And finally, a SIG 716 with headshot and close and personal. Going to the gear items, we have a tip of the spear pair of gloves with crit chance, Eclipse Protocol knee pads with armor regeneration, Hanayu gloves with status and armor regen, and finally Richter and Kaiser knee pads with skill damage and explosive resistance. Going to the mods, we have armor on kill 15.3, Seeker Mine damage 4.1, Shield deflector damage 4.2, Firefly skill haste 5.7, and decoy health of 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ West. The Death Grips are a good pickup. That's really about it. And saying the Death Grips is a good pickup is a stretch, just letting you know. All right, now it's time to take our talents south to the deep south. DZ South, let's go. Woo, boy. We're going down south. Woo! And here we are, DZ South. Big money, no whammies. Ooh, yo, this is a good one too. The apartment with damage to targets out of cover and perfectly... Dude, that's a good one. Pick this one up right now. It is the apartment. The apartment is the only weapon in the game with perfectly measured. It is a named SIG MPX, and it comes with damage to targets out of cover. It's exactly what you want in this named item. Following that, we have a tactical UMP with reload and optimist, a G36 with accuracy and measured, and finally a custom PF45 with headshot and close and personal. Going to the gear items, we have a hotshot backpack with armor regeneration, Cavalier chest piece with explosive resistance, Zoo backpack with weapon handling, explosive resistance, and concussion, and finally a Lingmo chest piece with health, armor regeneration, and glass cannon. Yo, Stranger Danger. So weird.
You have left the group.
Why would people just do that? Stranger Danger.
Very good to see you.
Finishing up with the mods, we have Crit Chance 4.5, Drone Damage Reduction 5.0, Turret Skill Haste 5.7, and Sticky Bomb Damage of 6.3. Must-buys, things to look for from DZ South, I would say the apartment. Yo, this Zoo backpack is actually pretty good. Switch the explosive resistance off for headshot. Go headshot weapon handling. And this thing could give you laser beam headshots. Just letting you know. Oh, and by the way, that Lingmo chest piece can go with the Lingmo backpack. Just change the health to hazard, and you could have hazard armor regeneration on both. That wouldn't be bad. Just saying. Just saying. Now, before we get to DZ East, we're going to make a pit stop to the castle settlements. And we will see what's popping over here. What I like to do is go to the descent entrance. That way you can run up the stairs and pet the dog right here. No! And the dog's walking away. No! I missed the dog. How did I miss the dog? What's up, Ransom? I hope you're having a good day. Oh, no glitching this time. I see you. Look at that. No glitching. Let's see if you glitch down the stairs. Looks okay. Looks better. Very good. Well, before the music starts to blare out my headset, let's go ahead and jump over to the castle settlements and see what must-buys await. Starting with the Brutus. This is the named marksman rifle with perfectly behind you, and this one with optimal range. But you could easily change that to damage to targets out of cover and be good to go. But why do that when you could pick up this one? This is a M700 carbon. This one with damage to targets out of cover. So what I would say is just change the ranger off for, say, determined, and you'll be good to go. And finally, for the weapons, we have a GR9. This one, health damage and steady-handed. Going to my gear items, we have a Douglas and Harding mask with weapon handling, crit chance, and Murakami holster with health and explosive resistance. Going to the mods, we have Skill Haste 9.9, Chem Launcher Heals 6.1, Hive Healing 4.5, Pulse Cone Size 6.3, and Trap Duration of 4.2. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the castle settlement. Maybe the M700 carbon, but that's about it. Just change the bottom attribute, or the bottom talent, my bad, to determined, and you're good to go. And that is it for the castle settlement. Now let's take our talents to the east side, DZ East. Now for DZ East, I do not go to the main entrance. I go to the Alpha checkpoint. That way I don't have to run all the way through the courtyard. And for this one, all you have to do is exit out the checkpoint. And here's the vendor right here. DZ East, big money, no whammies.
Looking for anything in particular?
And starting off with the Night Watcher. This is the named Heliogard mask. This one with scanner, pulse haste, and explosive resistance. Following that, we have another godly sniper. What the hey? We have an SRS here. Damage to targets out of cover. What I would do is just change the talent to determined, and you are good to go. And finally, for the weapons, we have a custom L86. This one, headshot and vindictive. Going to the gear items, we have a tipping scales mask with headshot. Foundry bulwark holster with max armor, so you could change the bottom attribute to whatever it is you want. And make that god rolled. Following that, we have a Habsburg Guard mask with hazard and status. And finally, a Golan Gear holster. This one with armor regeneration and headshot. Going to the mods, we have skill duration 8.5. Chem Launcher +1 ammo. Hive +4 stem charges. Pulse Cone Size 6.5. And Trap Duration of 4.1. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ East. I would say the SRS is a must-buy. Just change the talent to determined. The Foundry Bulwark's not bad. You can make that one God-rolled. And the Golan Gear is not bad for a armor regeneration build. Just change the headshot to whatever it is you want, and you're good to go.
Thanks.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Now, that leaves us with our last stop in Washington, D.C., and that is going to be the theater settlement. The theater! We are going to the theater! And this is going to be our last step before we go to New York, which will be for Brooklyn and for the Warlords of New York vendors. But all right, here we go. The theater settlement. Big money. And starting with the firm handshake. This is the named Sokolov Concern pair of gloves. This one with status effects and repair skills. Gross! Looking at the weapons, we have a Super 90 with damage to targets out of cover and pumped up. And finally, a military MK17 with headshot reformation. Going to the gear items, we have a Urban Lookout pair of gloves with repair skills and crit damage. Electric knee pads with skill damage and headshot. These are good knee pads. Change the headshot off for status effects, and you're good to go. And for the mods, we have Protection from Elites 11.0, Chem Launcher Seeker Mine Skill Haste, there you go, 4.8, Shield Active Regeneration 4.2, Firefly Speed 8.1, and finally, Decoy Duration 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the theater, the electric knee pads. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we're going to go to Brooklyn, and then we will finish up with Warlords of New York. And if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up yet. What are you waiting on? Come on, support the channel. You know we do this every week. So just let me know if you stuck it out this far, that the journey was worth it. And I hope you're having a good day. But here we are, Battle for Brooklyn. Let's run all the way to the back to the vendor. Once we load up. Double loading. Come on. Come on. Let me in, coach. Put me in. I'm ready. I'm ready. Because the Krusty Krab pizza is... Oh, there we go.
Automated external defibrillators detected.
All right, so Battle for Brooklyn, Venda. I believe his name is Marcus. Let's run back here. And if your name is Marcus, what up? Hope you're having a good day. But here is Marcus Fenton, the Battle for Brooklyn vendor.
Hey there.
Starting with the FAMAS. This one with crit chance and Optimus, but you could change the crit chance off for damage to targets at a cover and be good to go. Following that, we have a Tactical 308 with magazine size and behind you, a military MK17 with headshot and preservation, and finally a M45A1 with max headshot and breadbasket. Going to the gear items, we have a amazing Heliogard backpack. Pick this one up right now. This I fully understand that the rolls are really low, but hear me out. This is a rare backpack to find. What I would do is change the health to armor regeneration and then have armor regeneration crit. That way you can optimize this backpack and you'd be good to go. This is good for bonk builds, it's good for tank builds, it's good for all those builds. And it gives you more armor once you put it on from the brand set bonus. It's pretty good indeed. Following that, we have Badger Tough gloves with hazard and crit. And finally, 511 mask with armor regeneration and hazard. Going to the mods, we have repair skills 16.3, crit damage 10.1, turret health 7.7, followed by hive stem efficiency 8.4, and trap shock radius of 5.8. Must buys things to look for from the Battle for Brooklyn Venda. The FAMAS isn't bad. The Heliogard is godly. But that's really about it. I mean, you could go Badger Tough and go double crit. That wouldn't be bad as well. All right, so now our last stop is going to be the Haven Settlement. So we have 2 more vendors remaining, and then we are all done. If you are joining me on Twitch to see this live, thank you so much. And if you are watching this on YouTube, what up? I hope you enjoy. And don't forget to shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone is from. But here we go. Last 2 vendas. Warlords of New York. We have Marco right here at the top.
Safe area entered.
And Marco has the Grown Great. This is the named SMG with perfect stabilize, and this one with headshot damage. Following that, we have a MG5 with crit damage Thunder Strike. The Like Glue. This is the named Super 90 with perfect brazen, and this one with swap speed. This is a really good shotty. Just change the swap speed off for damage to targets at a cover, and you're good to go. And finally, for the weapons, we have a first wave PF45 with optimal range and finisher. Going to the gear items, we have a Wyvern chest piece with crit chance, armor regeneration, and gunslinga. Followed by, pick up these gloves. Sokolov Concern, gloves with double crit. Change the weapon damage off for armor, and you're good to go. Those are really good gloves. Following that, we have a Wyvern mask, which is also a good pickup. Pick up this mask right now. Skill damage, skill haste. That's perfect. And if you want status, just change the skill haste off for status, and then you can change it back to skill haste. That's a really good mask. Going to the mods, we have burn resistance 8.3, followed by headshot 7.0, shield deflector damage 4.2, pulse cone size 6.3, and decoy duration of 6.0. Now, must buys things to look for from Marco. The Like Glue would be the best one. Actually, the Sokolov Concern and Wyvern are also 2 good pickups as
That
well.
was a great trade.
Now we have one more vendor to go, and that is Roy Benitez. But wait, make sure you pet the dog. Interact with the dog twice. Remember, the first interaction is your default interaction. You're just petting the dog. But that second interaction, that second one's random. He could roll over. He could bark at you. He could try to shake your hand. Let's see. Let's see what he does. Oh, 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 oh. Trying to juke me. Oh, oh. Man, I got the moves like Jagger. What you doing right now? All right. And here we go, Roy Benitez.
How can I help you, Agent?
Starting with the MP7. This one, damage to targets out of cover and breadbasket. You could change the talent to whatever it is you want, and you're good to go. Following that, we have a classic M60. This one, headshot and ranger, followed by a LVOAC with armor damage and strained. And finally, a 586 Magnum with armor damage and spike. Going to the gear items, we have a Badger Tough backpack with headshot status and calculated, followed by a Hanayu knee pads with crit chance and health, and finally a perfect Heligard mask. This is a really good Heligard mask. Armor regeneration and crit damage, that's perfect for those skill builds. Or not skill builds, armor regeneration builds. My bad. Going to the mods, we have Skill Haste 10.3. There we go. Repair Skills 16.0. Turret Skill Haste 5.9. Hive Health 7.7. And Decoy Health of 6.0. Health, Skill Haste, Repair Skills, and Skill Haste. All right. Must buys, things to look for from Roy Benitez. I would say the MP7. And the Heligard mask. Those would be my 2 pickups, my 2 must-buys from Roy. But that is it for your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, September the 30th. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you found this helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, please hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's cool to see where everyone's from. But again, I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Peace out.